Good morning, everyone. We are right now just about to start a podcast with one very important guest, Mr. Faraz Qayyum, which is a CG generalist. And he's going to talk to us about his career, the journey of his career, and everything related to what he's doing right now, what he did before, and what is in the future. Faraz right now works for Zero Density. Zero Density is an international technology company dedicated to develop creative products for the industries such as broadcasting, live events, and sports. Zero Density offers the next level of production with real time visual effects. It provides Unreal Engine native platform reality engine with advanced real-time broadcasting compositing system and its proprietary keying technology, Reality Keyer. Faraz, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit more than what we can find in the website about you and your company.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Victor. It's been a pleasure to talk about the industry, talk about the community, talk about real-time industry in focus. Let me introduce myself. My name is Faraz Qayyum, and I am working as a right now. I am working as a technical artist at Zero Density. But I would like to share a bit about my career journey from the very beginning because it will be because it's this sports podcast is primarily focused on the students, newcomers who want to learn this emerging technology. So I started my career in 2002 as a 3D artist, and fortunately, I just see and I it seems that you guys are also teaching 3ds Max as well, right? So my primary software, my tool of trade for 3D asset development is 3ds Max, by the way. So I am working with 3ds Max like for, I don't know, maybe 19 or 20 years. So I've started my career as an architecture visualizer. At that time, there are very few in Pakistan, because I belongs to Pakistan. In Pakistan, there are very few companies working on architecture visualization. And I started my career as a lighting and rendering artist because at that time, the V-Ray and all that stuff was not very common in the industry. It's a scan line render with some skylights and all that stuff. So it's a kind of a very technical job. After that, in 2000, after working like 4 or 5 years in that industry, architecture visualization, I got a chance to work for the broadcast industry. So I start working with a very famous news channel in Pakistan, Geo Television, and as a virtual set designer. And at that time, I first encounter with something real time. It was like 2007, I think, and it was a CG engine working, producing real time graphics. So I worked for the GeoTV like for 5 years. Then I appointed as a manager virtual set in another TV channel. I worked there for 4.5 years. Then I work as a creative manager in another news channel in Pakistan. And first time at that time in 2017, I guess, first time I see how Unreal works.
Really?
It's not Fargo, but it was a Unreal Fork version meant for the virtual set development, and I got a chance to work on it. And then I realized that, oh my God, it's something, the because as an architecture visualizer, I spent months, weeks on rendering, and on multiple workstations. Sometimes we hire third-party rendering solutions and all that stuff. And it was really amazing. I came late, quite late in Unreal market, but fortunately, I came in. I'm fortunate enough. So I start working on it on the broadcast graphics, virtual sets, and all that stuff. And I spent like 1.5 years as a creative manager there working on Unreal Fork. Then I got a chance to work. It's just an opportunity I saw on LinkedIn that they want some kind of a demo artist or something for the presentation or Unreal or these kind of stuff, zero density. I apply and same day I got interview call.
That's great.
So yeah, it was like, oh, wow, I didn't prepare for it, So because, that I always see their work and all that stuff, like their partners and their customers producing astonishing, amazing graphics using Unreal Engine. So my first interview, my second interview, my third interview, and they finalized. And then I joined.
That's amazing.
And it was my first ever experience working on the vendor side, right? Before that, I was the end user. I am the end user using the technologies developed by some companies, right? First time they give me a chance to work with the developers, with the whole team. It's quite new and challenging experience for me, and it gives me a chance to exploit myself globally. I work with various AAA visual effects studios, and I work with so many customers in the various part of the world, for Middle East, in Europe, in America, in India. So this is something, this in a nutshell, this is my career path. I started as a 3D artist and ends up like a technical artist at zero density. It is something
that's amazing. Now that takes me to something that I think everybody would be very interested in understanding and knowing, Faraz. How do you maintain your learning to be on top of things? I mean, what do you use as a source of information and education to be on top of things?
Primarily, Victor, it is since I am using Unreal Engine like from 2017, and like it's like 3 or more years. It is the community, right? Itself.
Exactly.
Whenever I got any problem, there are forums, there are so many things like the YouTube channels, and they are always ready to help you out. Always. There is not a single question, single query unsolved and remains unsolved like more than 24 hours. I got a question, I stuck somewhere in blueprints, maybe. I stuck somewhere in material side. I stuck somewhere in post-process. And I just posed a question and I got the answer. Not from the Epic guys, but from the community itself. We have, it's around, I don't know, maybe it's an exaggerated figure, but it's something around like 11 million Unreal users around the world. It is something like this. So I always ask community and I always get immediate response. This is how. And apart from everything, Epic Games or Unreal itself, they have live streams, they have their own learning portals and all that stuff. So it's quite easy. Once you get into it, it is quite easy to upgrade or keep update yourself. It is quite easy.
That's very interesting. Now, right now, I imagine just because all the experience that you are sharing with us, there's always challenges. We would like to know and ask you, what's the biggest challenge you have right now, and how are you planning to overcome it?
Well, Victor, the biggest challenge so far for me, it was my assumption, and fortunately, it proved wrong. And my assumption was like, because of this situation, global situation around the world. And I thought that it is devastating for my industry, my real-time industry. But trust me, I am working on the vendor side. There are thousands of customers. There are thousands of partners I'm working with.
Excuse me, Faraz, can you just excuse me? Can you repeat that? You can reach thousands of customers.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. With zero density, it's almost 350 engines installation around the world in 36 countries and 6 continents. So we have customers, we have partners, and also one more thing that I would like to share with you, Victor. Reality Engine is free for the community now. Now you
Yes.
don't have to pay anything for this. So it's a node-based compositing, real-time node-based compositing software, and we set it free for the community. So now I can say that we have thousands of users around the world, and we are just getting into it with them, and think that it gives this situation gives us more chance to upgrade ourselves, right? It gives us more chance to evaluate ourselves, and it is something, the real-time industry is something blooming nowadays. I never see people, that much people talking about real-time things. Even those guys, those who didn't start Unreal or any real-time engine yet, they are talking about it, right? The virtual production, games, and visualizing, real-time visualization, and all that stuff. So the challenge was that, but it's no more challenge for us because of the community, because of you guys, because of us. So it is something that it becomes a favorable situation in all this current situation. So I don't think so that anytime I got any challenge, yes, when I was starting, yes, this is very important to share with the newcomers. First, I got a chance to work in 2017 with Unreal, right? And even my colleagues, my from the previous company, they said that for us, it's gaming engine, so much technicalities, and you are not a programmer. So there is a perception in the industry
Yes.
that you need programming skills in order to operate a real-time engine, right?
Yes.
And you know that it is just experimental, and it never works in broadcast or film industry. But from the very beginning, since I start my career, I love to explore new things. So I just go for it. I avail the opportunity, and here I am. At that time, and now those guys are asking me, Faraz, please forward some tutorials to learn Unreal. So this this is the whole story.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's
So right moment, right step, right decision saves your future. This is what I always say to the community, new community members, and newcomers.
great. That's a great input for us. I'm hoping that, and I'm guessing, Stephanie, you are just ready to do something on your side. What do you want to ask for us?
Yes, hi Faraz, how are you?
Hi,
It's a
I'm good.
pleasure to have you here.
Hi, Stephanie. Same here. Same here.
But talking about what we have heard about Reality Engine, about this zero density has developed. Can you talk to us more about that
Yeah.
specific technology that you are developing right now for all the students and all the people that doesn't know exactly what it is?
Yes. Stephanie, this Zero Density is the first company uh, leveraged Unreal Engine for broadcast. It is the first company in the world, right? And it is not just another virtual set solution based on Unreal. It is real-time node-based compositing application, real-time engine. And it is, if you work with as a VFX producer, you definitely heard about Nuke. Nuke
Yeah.
is a high-end compositing software. So you can say that we are just following the high-end offline compositing software in real time. It is
Wow.
node-based real-time VFX compositor. It is one of its kind. And on top of it, you know that the green screen production, the biggest fear with the green screen production, that it looks fake in real time,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Because when your talent is, or when you crop your talent, when you get out of your talent from the green screen, it looks like a sticker, and it is not that real. But with the reality care that we developed, It is the image-based care, just like in Nuke. So it is with the difference mat technique in real time, we can get the soft shadows, cast shadows of the talent in real time. Not fake, it's real. So it is amazing product. And I really, really enjoy to work with the zero density on the reality engine. And now we set it free for the community. So if anyone wants to download it, want to work on it, yes, definitely they can. And we got the tremendous response around the world. It's just been a month, I think, and we have, I don't know, maybe 2,000 or 3,000 downloads around the world. So it is something like amazing. It's amazing. So it's a technology-based company, and we are just producing some products like a Reality Hub, which is the control application, Reality Engine, which is engine itself, and Reality Kia, which is the real-time image-based Kia.
Now, Faraz, I know that you are an authorized training partner for Epic Games.
Yeah, Stephanie, that was because I didn't attend any training institutions like you have. It's an amazing opportunity for the guys, for the girls and guys that want to learn Unreal from you guys, because I was alone, right? And it is not something that that someone supports me in terms of the training and all that stuff. So it took me around. I was not the basic at that time because it's just about 5 months ago that I got the certification, right? I was not that basic, but still it took me around 4 months to train myself as a professional as a professional to just get through with their exam. Because what is the authorized training partner? First, you need to get through with their quiz, which is like 75 minutes and almost 90 or 75 questions. And those questions are from everything. Everything means from VFX to architecture visualization to asset import to material to light, everything. And then they ask you to submit two actual classes in which you deliver blueprints or something and material or something which you think that you are good at. So it is not only something about your skill set, it is about your delivery capability. That how you deliver lessons, how you talk, your communication skills. And I just went through with this, and it was amazing experience because Unreal is huge. It's huge. And no one could say that he knows every single option, right?
That's true.
Exactly. And you know what happened? When I was working in 4.22, and immediately I didn't complete all the new features at that time, and I heard that it's 4.23, and that I heard the 4.24, and then 4.25, 4.26. So you need to upgrade yourself very rapidly, right? In order to learn new things, in order to coop up yourself with the current technology. And it is fun for those who want to learn more, who want to explore new things, right? So it is something like this. It was very challenging for me, but here I am. I get through with this somehow.
Yeah, of course. And I want to ask you, how difficult is it to get like a formal job in this type of industries? And what would you recommend to all those students that want to incorporate in this new industry, video game industry?
Stephanie, this is a very important question,
It is.
And I am afraid about one thing, that we have the supply and demand gap, huge gap. We have more demand and less supply right now. We have more demand and less supply right now. every single partner working with the zero density right now, establishing their studios across the world, in Spain, in USA, in Australia, in India especially, and they need people to work with. So there is I right now it is not that much gap, but in future I'm afraid that if people don't walk towards to upgrade themselves toward the real time technology, it will create a gap. And I think that institutions like yours, or like the authorized partners, community members, workers, we are all working together to fulfill that particular gap, right? So if you're talking about the job prospects, I think that you already mentioned on your website, right? It is the 601% growth you mentioned, right? And that growth clearly indicate that it is because the growth means that people are using that technology. So when they are using that technology, they need more people to work on that particular thing, right? So I think that it is not that difficult to get a job, get into it first and get the job afterwards, because you are investing something in particular, like it's a kind of a, for every 3D artist, for every one in the market working on offline in the market, it is an upgrade. And for those who are newcomers, they don't even know anything. Institutes like you are providing the knowledge about the 3D, and then you have a very good outstanding course outline regarding the substance, and then Unreal 120 or so hours for Unreal as well. So I think that this technology is using in archaeology, in geology, in forensic sciences, in education, right, in universities. People are making softwares like real-time software on Unreal, like as STEM softwares, like to teach the children and kids. So it is all, and VFX industry, because already know that Unreal is pushing the VFX houses towards to leverage it. They want them to leverage the technology, right? And they have the Unreal Fellowship Program. And that fellowship program is for VFX, primarily for VFX industry and architecture visualization industry, the big names. But when they acquire the real-time technology in their regular workflow, what they need people to work on it. So there are more jobs than before, right? It is already growing, but the growth will be immense in near future. So it is something that we need to fill the gap as institutes, educational institutions. Students need to work on it, and the employer. It's a triangle, and in the middle we have Unreal. So I think that future is bright. Let's hope for good. Future is bright, because if we are blooming in this situation,
yes,
then it means that
exactly.
Exactly.
That's true. That's so true. And what tips would you give to the students to be able to create a good portfolio related to the video game design and development in this type of industries?
Yeah, Stephanie, the first thing is not the technology or skill set, right? The first thing is yourself, right?
Right.
It is something that you have inside. I am 41 years old, have 2 kids, right, and a wife. And, of course. And I am still spend couple of some hours to learn new things. It is my passion, right? And without the passion, you cannot get anything. You cannot get anything without the passion. First, you have to believe in the industry that you are taking the right decision. If you are double-minded, if you think that, okay, let's try, I don't know, maybe if it never worked, then I will switch to something else. No, it's a do and die situation. Show your passion, because nothing great can ever achieve by just standing still, right? Then I suggest people to whatever it's, if it is Unreal and you guys are trained them, I don't know, is it a particular domain that you have, like architecture visualization or the gaming, or it's a journal certification, Victor?
Certification. They can learn Unreal Engine to be applied to any industry in the world.
That's great. That's great, because not everyone wants to work on the games. Not everyone wants to work for the virtual production, right? So it's a general training, and people have to decide by themselves that, okay, guys, I think that I am good in architecture. I think I am good. I want to work as a producer. I want to make movies. Someone wants to work on the game. So it is something very good, and that you have a standard course outline, not a specific one. So I suggest that a student should be passionate, and they must be confident about what they are doing right now. This is very important before everything, right? And then they took inspiration what's going on around the world. If they are working for the architecture visualization, there are lots of studios around the world working on Unreal, producing real-time things, right? And when they are preparing their show reel, they must have, that what is in demand right now. It is not like something that, okay, it is something like if someone doing something, I also want to replicate it. No, it must be unique. It must be yours. And there are so many inspirations around the world available, and the community is there. So just discuss with your faculty members what is the current situation of the industry, what is more in demand, how thing works, right? And I think that everyone should have their own skill set. So you may have, because you're gonna start it really soon, so you may have various of genres of the student reels, right? So it's architecture visualization, automobile visualization, or it's a gaming, or it's VFX or virtual production, or these kind of stuff. So I think that it will be great. It will be great.
That's amazing. Thank you. And you said a word that is it's very important. You have to be passionate about what you do. Exactly. And be an inspiration being your own inspiration to inspire others of what you love to do.
Yes, exactly.
Definitely. Let me just clarify something that I just mentioned. The certification that will start in March the 1st will give knowledge so that people can decide what industry they want to dive in. Now, for what we've seen in the market, everybody wants to make their own video game, the first video game in their life, and that's why they will learn to build a video game in the layer of Dungeons and Dragons to start. But they will learn more in order for them to just keep learning, keep increasing their knowledge, and specialize in Unreal Engine so that they can dive in all those industries that you just mentioned.
That's great. That's great.
It's a number of them.
And Victor, I would like to add one more thing. I want to second you in that aspect, because when you learn something regarding the games, right, and you learn how to make a very basic, a simple game in Unreal, it means you covered everything, right? In terms of technicalities, in terms of the design, in terms of the art direction, in terms of using sequencer, using cameras, using lights. So no other field will give that much broader overview of the software as the game itself. So it is obviously, it is another right step that you are taking.
Great, that's excellent. Well, for us, it seems like every time you throw to the mic some ideas, it's very easy to see that you are passionate about what you do and where you work. And I'm just very convinced that you're happy with what you're doing right now.
Yes,
What's in the
everyone
future,
is.
Paras? What are your plans for the future as far as improvement in the knowledge and industry that you're working on? What do you have in mind?
Yes, Victor. It is very, that this question comes in my mind always, that where I am seeing myself in like next 5 years, maybe, right? And you know what? This is, it is quite, there is a quite happening in the industry. And sometimes it is hard to focus on the particular thing. But I always recommend, because I always recommend to the youngsters and my other colleagues and fellows that you must focus on one thing, take knowledge for everything, but focus on one thing. And my focus is on virtual production only, right? So I want to explore in the future. I want to explore more about virtual set development or virtual production or these kind of stuff. Victor, there are still few things that I never got a chance to work on, and Unreal and Unreal has it like for, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 months ago. So there are, I need to upgrade myself, and I want to deliver this knowledge to the community without any barriers and any obstacles. It is all based on Unreal. So we need people. We need professionals who know how to work with Unreal. No matter they are from the gaming industry, they are from the architecture visualization. We need someone.
You are definitely right, Faraz. It's been a real nice talk with you. It seems that there is a lot of topics that we can talk about in the future. I'm
Indeed.
hopefully this is not going to be the last time. Faraz, our new friend from Pakistan, from the other side of the world, there is a new company on the board of contacts. And as Faraz is just mentioning, jump on board, aim for something big in your life, and we will be waiting for you